Getting around Los Angeles is a nightmare. We all know it, whether we're stuck on the 405 or idling at a red line on Wilshire. But beneath the gridlock, something incredible is taking shape: the Purple Line Extension Project. This $9.5 billion investment is adding 7 new subway stations along some of LA's most iconic and congested streets. Imagine traveling from downtown to Westwood in just 25 minutes. Sure, improving commutes is fantastic, but this project is about more than saving time. It's about remaking how to connect with the city and its history. Building a subway beneath Wilshire Boulevard specifically has been a century-long struggle, filled with surprising twists and turns. So why has this desperately needed subway line taken so darn long? Los Angeles' love affair with the car is no secret. The sprawling city, crisscrossed by freeways, seems tailor-made for the open road. But beneath this car culture lies a hidden history of public transportation dreams, many of them focused on Wilshire Boulevard, one of LA's most iconic and notorious streets. This love-hate relationship with mass transit stretches back over a century. If you looked at a map of LA in 1901, you'd see Wilshire Boulevard as a bustling thoroughfare lined with mansions and fancy shops. But it was also a major route for streetcars, those clanging electric trolleys that were the workhorses of urban transport back then. Wealthy homeowners along Wilshire, however, saw the streetcars as a threat. They worried the noise and vibration would disrupt their posh neighborhood. And worse yet, they feared the streetcars might attract undesirable characters. So they successfully lobbied to ban streetcars from Wilshire Boulevard in a move that would have a lasting impact. This, ironically, made Wilshire one of the first streets in LA to favor buses over rail. Fast forward a few decades to the 1960s, a time of futuristic visions and technological leaps. Imagine, if you will, a sleek monorail gliding silently above the traffic on Wilshire Boulevard. That was the idea proposed by a German company, a modern marvel that would have resembled the monorail zipping around Disneyland. While the concept was undeniably cool, Los Angeles wasn't quite ready to embrace such a radical idea. The monorail never got past the drawing board. Then came the ambitious plans of the 1960s, when Los Angeles envisioned a comprehensive subway system with 5 major rail lines. Wilshire Boulevard was included in this blueprint, slated to become a key artery in the city's public transportation network. Unfortunately, voters rejected the entire plan in 1968, and Wilshire's chance at a subway seemed to vanish once again. The closest we came to a Wilshire subway was in the 1980s, when plans were underway for the Red Line, now known as the B Line. The original route called for the Red Line to travel from downtown LA and continue straight under Wilshire Boulevard until it reached Fairfax Avenue. Imagine that, hopping on a train downtown and emerging right in the heart of Miracle Mile. But fate, or rather methane gas, had other plans. In 1985, a massive explosion ripped through a Ross Dress for Less store on Wilshire Boulevard, caused by a buildup of underground methane gas. While a subway would have posed no safety threat, the incident sparked public fear about subterranean methane. Politicians seized on this fear, effectively blocking federal funding for a subway under Wilshire for the next 22 years. The Red Line, deprived of its Wilshire route, was rerouted up to Vermont Avenue instead. So why are we talking about a Purple Line extension project today after all these twists and turns? Technology has come a long way. Back in the day, building a subway meant slow, risky blasting techniques. Today, we have tunnel boring machines, or TBMs. These are 400-foot-long, million-pound mega drills that can chew through earth and rock while simultaneously building the tunnel's concrete walls. These TBMs are a game-changer, making subway construction faster and safer for workers. Now, let's zoom out and get a bird's-eye view of this ambitious project. If you look at a map of LA County, focus on the western portion. See that long, winding ribbon that cuts through the city? That's Wilshire Boulevard, stretching all the way from downtown LA to the Pacific Ocean. The Purple Line Extension Project tackles a 9-mile chunk of Wilshire, focusing on some of the busiest and most congested areas. Imagine this. Right now, it takes about an hour to drive from downtown LA to Westwood, battling traffic lights and rush hour gridlock. With the Purple Line Extension, that same trip will take a mere 25 minutes. That is a massive time saver, not to mention a huge boost for productivity and a potential game changer for commutes across the entire region. This isn't just about shaving off minutes in your travel time. The Purple Line Extension is a $9.5 billion investment in LA's future. It'll add 7 brand new subway stations strategically placed at key points along Wilshire Boulevard. See this cluster of stations around Wilshire and Western? That will be the western terminus of the existing D line. These stations will connect people to jobs, schools, museums, medical centers, and countless entertainment options, all without ever having to get stuck in traffic. Construction is broken down into 3 stages, each tackling a specific section of Wilshire Boulevard. The first section, slated for completion in 2025, focuses on the Miracle Mile area, adding 3 stations. Section 2, targeted for opening in 2027, extends the line through Beverly Hills and Century City with 2 new stations. Finally, Section 3 reaches Westwood, adding 2 stations and aiming for a 2028 completion date. But building a subway underneath a major artery like Wilshire Boulevard isn't easy. We're not just digging a hole and laying down tracks. There's a whole world of engineering marvels and unexpected challenges that come with this project. Imagine a massive metal caterpillar, 400 feet long and tipping the scales at a staggering 1,000 tons. That's essentially what a tunnel boring machine or TBM is, the muscle behind the Purple Line extension. At the front of this behemoth is a giant 21-foot wide chomping head packed with heavy-duty teeth. As the TBM grinds forward, it pulverizes rock and soil, creating space for itself. But here's the clever part. It doesn't just leave an empty hole behind. Think of giant Lego blocks, but made of super strong concrete. The TBM uses these precast concrete segments to build the tunnel walls as it chews its way forward. Imagine a conveyor belt feeding these segments into the machine, where a complex system fits them together like a continuous ring, forming a strong and watertight tunnel. It's basically a self-contained tunnel-building factory, carving a smooth path underground, all in one go. For the Purple Line extension, engineers specifically chose earth pressure balanced TBMs. Unlike regular TBMs that scoop out soil and haul it away, these machines operate with a closed system. They use the excavated earth to constantly push against the surrounding soil. Think of it like squeezing a stress ball. The pressure from the TBM prevents the ground from collapsing inwards, keeping the construction safe and minimizing disruptions on the busy streets above. This was particularly crucial given Los Angeles' variable soil conditions. In areas like the Labrie tar pits, saturated with sticky tar sands, progress slowed significantly. On average, the TBMs would excavate 40 to 60 feet daily, but that rate could be halved in challenging conditions. Speaking of surprises, construction crews also faced a challenge from the past: abandoned oil wells. These hidden hazards lurking beneath Beverly Hills High School could have seriously damaged the TBMs. To deal with this, engineers used a special technique called horizontal directional drilling. Think of a smaller, more precise drill that carves a narrow pilot hole ahead of the main TBM. This scout drill probes the ground, allowing engineers to identify and remove any potential obstacles, like those forgotten oil wells, before they become a problem for the main tunneling machine. Building a subway system is like a giant jigsaw puzzle. The TBMs are just one piece. If you found this journey into the world of subway construction fascinating, please give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell.